What if I told you there's one simple question that instantly shows you which belongings in your home bring you peace, and which ones are slowly stealing your joy? A remarkable 67-year-old grandmother I know used this exact question to completely transform 3 rooms of her house in a single weekend. These were rooms she hadn't been able to enter for over 5 years. But here's what made her story so extraordinary. She didn't throw everything away. Instead, she discovered something we seniors understand better than anyone else, but rarely use when organizing our homes. Today, I'm sharing 5 gentle, proven methods that honor your memories while creating the peaceful space you deserve. And wait until you hear about method number 3. It includes a simple test that will amaze you with how quickly you can make decisions about your possessions. Let me introduce you to Helen, a vibrant 64-year-old retired teacher from Arizona. Like so many of us, Helen had spent decades collecting memories, books, kitchen treasures, and holiday decorations. Her cozy 3-bedroom home had gradually become a maze of boxes and forgotten belongings, making her feel overwhelmed and, frankly, a bit embarrassed whenever friends mentioned dropping by. Does Helen's story sound familiar? Perhaps it mirrors your own experience? Now, here's something Helen didn't realize at first, and it's something many of us don't fully understand. After age 60, we often hold on to things more tightly. This happens because of major life changes, the loss of dear friends or family members, and our natural fear of letting go of precious memories. But here's the beautiful truth I've discovered. You don't need to spend months or years sorting through every single item in your home. These 5 revolutionary approaches work specifically for seniors because they respect your emotional connections while helping you create the serene, organized home you truly deserve. Before we begin, I'm curious. What's the one room in your house that makes you feel most stressed or overwhelmed? Share it in the comments below. I read every single one, and your story might help inspire someone else who's facing the same challenge. Method number 1, the sacred memory box approach. Keep the love, not the load. Helen's most difficult challenge involved her late husband Robert's belongings. His workshop tools, favorite clothing, and beloved book collection had taken over an entire room. A room she hadn't been able to enter for nearly 2 years. The emotional weight felt unbearable. This is where the sacred memory box approach becomes truly life-changing. Instead of facing the impossible choice between keeping everything or losing everything, you create 3 special memory containers. The treasure box, small, this holds your most precious items, the ones that instantly bring back beautiful memories and make you smile. The keepsake box, medium, for items with moderate emotional value, things that matter but aren't quite treasures. The processing box, large, this temporarily holds everything else while you take time to process your feelings without pressure. Here's the gentle 15-minute approach. Set a simple kitchen timer for just 15 minutes. Pick up each item slowly and ask yourself this powerful question. When I look at this, does it bring me joy or does it bring me pain? Items that spark joy find their way into the appropriate memory box. Items that bring more pain than comfort, like that sweater that reminds you of difficult times, can be donated to help others in need. But here's the secret that made all the difference for Helen. Before letting go of items from the large processing box, she took photographs of them. This brilliant approach preserved the memory without preserving the clutter. Helen photographed Robert's extensive tool collection, then donated those tools to a local trade school where young people could learn valuable skills. She kept one special hammer, his favorite, in her small treasure box. The peace she felt knowing his tools were helping others learn was profound. She realized that keeping everything wasn't really honoring Robert's memory. In fact, it was preventing her from living the full, joyful life he would have wanted for her. The step-by-step process. Day 1. Set up your 3 boxes and sort for just 30 minutes. Day 2. Take photographs of items in the large box before making final decisions. Day 3. Create a beautiful memory album with your photographs. Day 4. Donate items with gratitude, keeping only what truly brings you joy. Helen's results were remarkable. She cleared that entire room in just 3 days. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by 200 items, she kept 15 truly meaningful treasures. Most importantly, she could finally enter that room again without feeling crushed by grief. Dr. Regina Leeds, a professional organizer who specializes in helping seniors, explains that we often feel guilty about letting go of possessions because they represent time, money, or relationships. The sacred memory box approach honors these feelings while creating manageable boundaries. It transforms the emotional weight of belongings from a burden into a blessing. If arthritis or mobility issues make sorting physically difficult, ask a trusted friend or family member to help with the lifting and moving. You maintain complete control over the emotional decisions. The physical assistance simply makes the process easier. What's one item you've been holding on to that brings you more stress than joy? Sometimes sharing that burden in the comments is the first step toward letting it go. Method number 2, the grandparent's gift test. Would you give this to someone you love? This approach completely revolutionized how Margaret viewed her possessions, and it's going to transform your decluttering experience too. Here's the beautiful psychology behind it. As seniors, we've developed incredible wisdom about what truly matters in life. We know quality when we see it. We understand the difference between what brings real joy and what's simply become a habit. The grandparent's gift test taps into this natural wisdom. Here's how it works. Hold each item in your hands and ask yourself this simple question. Would I be excited to give this to my grandchild, niece, nephew, or a young person I care about? If the answer is yes, then it's worth keeping. Or even better, consider gifting it right now while you can see their joy. If the answer is no, it's time to let it go with gratitude. The 3 categories. Gift-worthy. Items you'd proudly pass down. Keep these treasures. Useful but ordinary. Serves a purpose but isn't special. Perfect for donation. Neither special nor useful. Time to say goodbye. Let me share Margaret's breakthrough moment. She had accumulated. Are you ready for this? 47 coffee mugs. Yes, she actually counted them all. Using the grandparent's gift test, she realized she'd only want to gift about 8 of them to people she loved. Those 8 mugs were either beautiful, unique, or held special meaning. The other 39? They were simply taking up valuable space in her cabinets. Here's the emotional shift that makes this method so powerful. It reframes decluttering from losing things to choosing what's worthy of the people you love. Instead of feeling like you're throwing away pieces of your life, you're carefully curating the very best parts of it. The speed advantage. This test works incredibly fast because your senior brain has decades of experience making value judgments. You instinctively know quality when you see it, and you can quickly distinguish between what brings genuine joy and what's merely familiar. Helen's kitchen transformation was remarkable. In just 2 hours, she cleared 3 entire kitchen cabinets. She kept her grandmother's china, definitely gift-worthy. She donated 20 mismatched plates to a local charity. She discarded chipped items she wouldn't feel good about giving to anyone. But here's the unexpected joy she discovered. Some items she thought she'd keep for herself actually brought her more happiness when she gifted them immediately. She gave her collection of vintage brooches to her granddaughter, who was absolutely thrilled to wear these beautiful pieces. Seeing the sparkle in her granddaughter's eyes was worth far more than having those brooches sit unused in a drawer. Advanced questions for deeper reflection. Would this item make someone I love genuinely smile? Does this represent the best of what I want to pass on? Would I be proud to tell the story behind this item? The generosity effect. Many seniors using this method report feeling more generous and connected to their loved ones. It's not just about organizing. It's about actively blessing others with meaningful items while you're still here to witness their joy. Practical tip: create a gift pile as you go through your belongings. Call family members and friends to come choose items that speak to them. Helen even hosted what she called a treasure day, where family members could select items that resonated with them. It became a beautiful afternoon filled with storytelling, laughter, and deeper connections. What's something in your home right now that, honestly, you wouldn't feel excited about giving to someone you love? That might be your perfect first item to release. Share your thoughts in the comments if you feel comfortable doing so. Method number 3, the 1-year reality check. If you haven't used it in a year, you won't. This method surprises everyone, and it completely changed Helen's perspective on those just-in-case items we all tend to accumulate. Here's the eye-opening truth. If you haven't used something in 365 days, the statistical probability of using it in the next year drops to less than 15%. Think about that for a moment, less than 15%. The reality check process. Step 1. The dot method. Place small colored stickers, available at any dollar store, on items throughout your home. Step 2. The usage test. Only remove the dots when you actually use the item, not just move it or dust it. Step 3. The 30-day review. After 30 days, anything still tagged hasn't been used. Step 4. The honest question. Ask yourself, what emergency would require this specific item that I couldn't solve another way? Helen's shocking discovery involved a bread maker she hadn't used in 3 years but kept, just in case, she wanted fresh bread. The reality? She buys bread twice a week from the grocery store and has never once wished she could make her own. That bread maker was occupying prime kitchen real estate for a fantasy version of herself. Your needs have shifted. Let's be honest about how our needs change as we age. That exercise equipment gathering dust in the corner. Are you really going to start an intensive fitness routine with that particular machine? Or would gentle walks and maybe some chair exercises fit your current lifestyle better? Helen's real aha moments. She never used her formal dining room set because she preferred her cozy breakfast nook. She owned 3 winter coats despite now spending winters in sunny Arizona. She held onto a sewing machine, even though arthritis made detailed sewing painful. She kept shelves of career-related books from professions she'd left behind years ago. Common, just in case, items for seniors. Kitchen gadgets for elaborate meals, when simple dishes are now preferred. Professional clothes, when retirement life is much more casual. Stacks of books to read someday, though interests have evolved. Craft supplies for hobbies that no longer bring joy. Formal entertaining items, when gatherings are now more relaxed and intimate. The freedom formula. For every single item you release using this method, you gain not just physical space, but mental and emotional space too. Helen found that clearing out her just in case items actually gave her the room and energy for activities she truly enjoys right now. The honesty questions. What is my actual lifestyle today? Not what I wish it was. Am I keeping this for who I used to be, or for who I am now? If I needed this item, could I borrow one or buy one easily? The emotional breakthrough. This isn't about judging your past self for buying these things. You made those purchases for good reasons at the time. This is about honoring who you are today and what you genuinely need in this chapter of your life. Helen's amazing results. Using this method, Helen cleared an entire closet in just one afternoon. She actually found clothes with tags still on them from 5 years ago, items she bought but never wore because they didn't fit her new retired lifestyle. What's one just in case item you know you're holding on to right now? Be honest with yourself, and if you feel comfortable, share it below. Sometimes acknowledging it out loud is the first step toward freedom. Method number 4, the room rotation technique. One room at a time, one victory at a time. Here's why most decluttering attempts fail for seniors. You try to tackle everything at once, get completely overwhelmed, and give up feeling worse than when you started. The room rotation technique solves this by creating a systematic approach that builds momentum instead of exhaustion. The strategic 4-week approach. Week 1. Choose your easiest room, usually a guest bathroom or spare bedroom. Week 2. Move to a moderately challenging room, like the kitchen or main living area. Week 3. Tackle your most challenging space, basement, attic, or most sentimental room. Week 4. Return to week 1's room for fine-tuning and celebration. Why start with the easiest room? Because victory breeds victory. When Helen started with her guest bathroom, she cleared it completely in just 45 minutes. That success gave her the confidence and energy to tackle bigger challenges. Success creates momentum, not exhaustion. The daily 20-minute rule. Spend just 20 minutes per day in your chosen room. Set a timer, and when it goes off, stop, even if you're on a roll. This prevents burnout and keeps the task feeling manageable rather than overwhelming. Room-specific strategies. Bathroom, week 1, easy start. Start here because it's small and usually contains obvious expired items like medications, cosmetics, or first aid supplies. These quick wins boost your confidence immediately. Check expiration dates, toss dried up lotions, and clear countertops. You'll see dramatic results fast. Kitchen, week 2, moderate challenge. Begin with expired food, an easy win that immediately creates space. Then tackle duplicate items. How many can openers do you really need? Finally, address appliances you never use. Margaret discovered she had 3 coffee makers, but only used one. Bedroom, week 2 alternative. Start with clothes that no longer fit your current body or lifestyle. Then move to jewelry, accessories, and nightstand clutter. Be honest about what you actually wear versus what you keep just in case. Living areas, week 2 to 3. Begin with obvious trash and broken items. Then address books you'll never reread and decorative pieces that no longer bring joy. Focus on creating functional, peaceful spaces for daily living. Challenging spaces, week 3. Basements, attics, spare rooms filled with someday items. Break these into small sections. Don't try to do it all in one day. Remember your 20-minute rule. Helen's success story. By rotating rooms each week, Helen never felt overwhelmed. Each room required only 2 to 3 hours total across the entire week, spread into manageable daily sessions. She could actually use each room fully once it was cleared. Her guest room became a peaceful reading space. Her kitchen became a joy to cook in again. The maintenance secret. Once you've completed all rooms, simply rotate again. But this time it's light maintenance. The second rotation takes just 5 to 10 minutes per room because you're maintaining tidiness, not doing major overhauls. Senior-specific benefits. Energy management. You're never exhausted because you work in short, gentle bursts. Physical comfort. You can always sit and rest between sessions. Emotional processing. Time between rooms allows you to process any feelings that arise. Visible progress. Each finished room motivates you for the next challenge. Getting started today. Which room in your house would be your easy win to start with? A guest bathroom? A small bedroom? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to cheer you on as you begin this journey. The beauty of this method is that it meets you where you are, respects your energy levels, and creates sustainable success rather than overwhelming pressure. Method number 5, the legacy method. What story do you want your home to tell? This final method is the most transformative of all because it connects your physical space to your deepest values and dreams. The legacy method asks one powerful question. What story do I want my home to tell about who I am and what truly matters to me? The legacy questions for deep reflection. What do I want people to remember about visiting my home? What activities do I want this space to support in my current life? What kind of person do I want to be in this next chapter? What would make me proud to show this space to someone I love? The 3 legacy categories. Category 1. Items that tell your proudest stories. These are keepsakes that represent your achievements, relationships, and joyful memories. Helen kept her teaching awards, photos from family adventures, and her grandmother's beautiful quilt. Items that told the story of a life well lived and deeply loved. Category 2. Items that support your current dreams. These are things that help you live the life you want right now, today. For Helen, this meant keeping her art supplies. She'd just started painting. A comfortable reading chair for quiet afternoons, and good kitchen tools for hosting intimate dinner parties with close friends. Category 3. Items that honor your future self. Think about the person you want to be in 5 to 10 years. What will that person need? Helen kept her medical records organized, maintained one set of beautiful dishes for special occasions, and created a stunning photo album instead of keeping boxes of loose pictures scattered everywhere. Helen's emotional breakthrough. When you frame decluttering as creating your legacy, every single decision becomes meaningful. You're not just getting rid of stuff, you're thoughtfully designing the final chapters of your life story. Using the legacy method, Helen transformed her cluttered spare room into a beautiful art studio. Now when her grandchildren visit, they see Grandma as an artist, a creator, someone growing and exploring, not someone drowning in possessions. That room tells a story of creativity, growth, and endless possibility. The ripple effect of intentional living. Having an organized, intentional space touches every area of your life. Physically, you enjoy clean, functional spaces that genuinely support your daily activities. Emotionally, you gain pride in your environment and clarity about what really matters. Socially, you feel comfortable inviting others into your beautiful, welcoming home. Spiritually, you experience alignment between your values and your surroundings. Helen's home became a launching pad for living, not a museum of the past. The woman who once couldn't find her medication now locates everything easily. The woman who felt embarrassed about visitors now loves entertaining. The woman who felt overwhelmed by possessions now feels empowered by her thoughtful choices. Your legacy vision. What story do you want your home to tell about this chapter of your life? Do you want it to speak of peace and simplicity, creativity and growth, family connections and warm hospitality, adventure and new experiences? Share your vision in the comments below. Your answer might inspire someone else to begin their own transformation. Helen's complete transformation. 6 weeks later, Helen's transformation was nothing short of miraculous. Her 3-bedroom home went from chaotic and overwhelming to peaceful and purposeful. But the real change wasn't just physical, it was emotional, social, and spiritual. She now hosts monthly game nights for friends, something impossible when her dining room was storage space. Her grown children visit more often because the house feels welcoming instead of stressful. Most importantly, Helen discovered that letting go of excess possessions didn't erase her memories. It helped her focus on the ones that truly matter. Her most powerful realization: I spent so much energy managing my stuff that I forgot to manage my life. Now I have energy for art, friends, and adventures again. This could be your transformation too. Your next steps. If you're ready to reclaim your space in your life, start with just one method from today's video. Which technique resonated most with you? The sacred memory box approach? The grandparent's gift test? Tell us in the comments below. Your story might inspire someone else to begin their own journey. If this video gave you hope that change is possible, please hit that like button. Share it with a friend who needs encouragement to declutter. And don't forget to subscribe to Elders Wise Insight for more life-changing tips designed especially for your golden years. Remember, you don't have to do this alone. We're a community here, supporting each other through every season of life. Your story matters, your space matters, and you deserve to live surrounded by only what brings you joy. Until next time, this is Elders Wise Insight, reminding you that it's never too late to create the life and the home you truly want.